Welcome to day 29 of our 40 days so fast. Oh gosh, we have just 11 days to go. I'm looking forward to when I'm going to say today is the last day of the so fast. I'll be so excited. Alright guys, so in today's so fast, what we are looking at is we're looking at sowing. We've been talking a lot about the power of our words, the words in our mouth, and today we're looking at sowing. So in today we're trying to look at the aspect of the words you say to yourself. So we're trying to today is helping us understand that the words that we say to ourselves matters a whole lot. Yeah, and then one of the things that I pointed out in today's fast is talking about that the fact that laws are true in the natural world no matter who applies them. And I think I've talked about this before, that principles do not answer to only Christians. No, principles answer to anybody who is ready to work them out. Do you understand? So, and then another thing that stood out for me in today's fast is the understanding that it is your thoughts that leads you to action, and it is the actions that you take over time that leads to habits, and is this the habits you inhabit over time that turns to character, and this character are the things that will either make or mar your destiny. Do you get? So it's very, very important that you note that it all starts with the things that we are thinking in our mind. It all starts with it. And I know that this is not easy, but one of the things I just want to say to you and I is that we should not give up. We should not give up. We should keep striving towards the aspect of making sure that we think the right thoughts, we are thinking the right thoughts, we keep thinking the right thoughts. Do you understand? And then another thing that stood out for me is that your mind must be prepared in agreement with who God says you are, so that you can take the land of your destiny. It's very, very important that you understand that there is somebody, there's some like there is a you, there is a version of you that God is thinking about. There's a version of you that God has already destined. Do you get? So there's a version of you, there's a version of me. That's why one of the prayers that is very dear to my heart is I'm always saying, God, who am I in you? Show me a glimpse of who I am in you. That is what I just want to become. I don't want to, and this understanding has really helped me when it comes to managing my multi potential. Like, I remember one of the things I wrote this week during my quiet time. I said, even God is a multi-potentialist, because He says God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Yo, God is a multi-potentialist. I remember when I wrote that in my meditation notes this week. I was like, what? There is nothing wrong with me if I have different potential in me. There's nothing wrong with me if I'm a multi-potential, because even God Himself is a multi-potentialist. And then the second thing I wrote is that, so definitely me having these potentials, me having these various things in me, it did not catch God by surprise. Do you understand? Like, it's not catching God by surprise. So this aspect of how you can't be a mom, you can't be a career, you can't be this, is a lie. Because all these things, so far you are in God, so far you are God's child, it did not catch God by surprise. So definitely a version of you in God is a preacher, is a this, is a that, is a this. All you just need to do is, submit yourself to God and say, God, help me. You already know this about me. So how do I navigate through this season of my life? Sincerely, that's the only prayer I pray. I don't say things like it's not possible for you to be a career, to be a mom. I don't say it. I don't say it's not possible. One of the things you have to understand is that balance doesn't mean that it is equal. Balance sometimes can mean, at this point in time, we are choosing A over B. At this point, balance can mean priority also. Balance doesn't mean it has to be equal. Balance can also mean priority. Do you understand? Part time. So, okay, that one is like a deviate. That one is like a deviate something, but I hope you get what I'm saying. Do you understand? So it's very, very important. Now, the characteristics for today is impeccable. When I first saw that word, I was like, kilo de oyinbo ti poju. But I remember that, they used to describe some people they describe that this person is impeccable. This person is impeccable. So I was literally intrigued. I was like, yo, what is today about when you talk about impeccable? And impeccability is talking about the fact that you are true to your word, that you are honest, that you are transparent, that in you there is nothing to hide. And I love the fact that in today's fast, there are various examples that was shown to us in the Bible. I think that's one of the things I love so much about the so fast is the fact that even if you are thinking this thing possible, you will always see some spiritual backing. Do you get? I work with God the Father. Okay, let me come back home. All right, so a man who is, and another thing that I learned in today's fast is that authenticity has to do with honesty. Guys, I remember last year when I first read this, it was not easy, and I told you guys that one of the things that has really helped me build my confidence is the fact that when I say I want to do something, I make sure I do it. You know, I started doing that little by little. It was not easy, but I started doing it little by little, one a day at a time. When I say I'm going to do this in my schedule, I make sure I do it. And as a result of doing that over time, I started building I started building a kind of trust in myself. Like I literally started trusting myself that I could bank on my own words. So it's the same thing with other people. And that is one thing the So Fast today said. He said, before we talk about others, let's talk about you first. And I think it has also helped. It will also help in your sense of self because it's very, very important. Do you get? Now, it has to do with honesty. Does your word mean something to you? Like, does your word carry weight? When you say this, does your word carry weight? For example, now I said we're going to do this 40 days so fast, right? That every day for the so fast, I will be coming here to show up, to record podcast. Yo, what did I do? I'm currently doing day 29. Can you believe that? And we have 11 days to go. There were days that I had to record this podcast in the middle of the night. There were days that I had to record this podcast around like very late. But I said, yo, you already said you were going to do this, so you have to keep at it. Do you understand? So by the time we are done with this so fast now, I can be able to say it that I achieved it. Jiggy, like I did not carry last. I achieved it. Now, somebody can be like, she's making a boast in herself. See, even God wants me to make a boast in myself, but to acknowledge that it could not have been my power, not by my might, but by His grace and spirit. Do you understand? Okay. I think that's another mindset shift that I feel like I should quickly share with you guys. I remember it was last year. There was a particular room that I was privileged to enter. I was privileged to sit for, I think, between 6 to 7 hours. And before I entered that room, I was already feeling like, who am I to be here? Like imposter syndrome, yo. I was like, who am I to be here? And that thing just spoke in me. There's this thing that they say, be humble, be humble. See, the Spirit of God literally taught me that day that when I ask you to be humble, I'm not saying that you should not be proud of yourself. You should not acknowledge the things that you do. You should also understand that you are what's been in this room. Like you have to understand that you are what's been in this room. Because if you are feeling lesser than yourself just because you want to remain humble, Spirit was telling me that is contradicting each other. That is not what it means. Spirit was not teaching me that what I want you to do is that you acknowledge that I am your source, but that does not take away the glory from but that day I was like, yes, it was like acknowledge me as your source, reference me as your source, always bring back the glory and honor to me. But that does not mean that you are also not worth it. You are worth it. Jige. And that really shaped me. I hope I explained it very well, but it really shaped and readjusted my mind for me. And it's one of the reasons that I one of the things that helped me to just stay focused once in a while too. All right, so lastly, let me say this. The fast said this, said, speak with integrity. Only say what you mean. Don't say the things you don't mean. And this is so important. You hear people say things like, me, I was just joking at that time. See. I remember there was a time I was having a conversation with somebody, and it was a joke that we saw. We saw a meme, and we're just laughing about it. And immediately, I'm already bringing out lesson 1, lesson 2. And the person was like, Toluwakemi, this thing is just joke. Don't be extra with it. And I said, well, I don't know how to say things I don't mean. I said, is it that we understand this or we don't understand this? And this was like, yo, none of us mean this thing that we were saying. We were just talking. And I'm just like, well, me, I don't know how to just do. We are just talking. Me, I will give it to you straight and stuff. And I understand that we are in the world, right? You have to chill. But you have to understand that, are watching, whether you like it or not, whether you are people are watching, and the things that you are saying is joke to you might not be joke to another person. So as much as possible, I just want to just encourage you that you should learn. It's very, very important that you learn. It's very, very important that you pay attention to these things. It's very, very important. The little things, the few things. Be a person of your word. Learn how to be a person of your word. And I can give you this free tip. If you can learn this, it will increase and build your confidence. Nobody came to this life with confidence. Yeah. Nobody came to this life with confidence. Nobody came to this life with confidence. Nobody. Everybody had to build it one way or the other. Do you understand? So some people, they got the privilege of having good parents that helps them to build that confidence. And some people like you and I don't know if you especially, but some people like us like this, we had to do what? We had to literally build up our confidence from the scratch. I remember one of these days in school, my wig was puffy, right? And a lady came to me and was like, this your wig is too puffy, go and stay at the back. We wanted to take a picture. She was like, go and stay at the back, not allow our picture to come out fine. I could have shrinked that day and say, let me go and stay at the back. But I don't know what happened to me that day. I sat in that same front and the picture came out fine. Do you understand? Do you know the funny thing about this person that said this to me? She does not remember she said it. Yo. She does not remember she said it to me. Do you understand? So I was not surprised on my birthday when she was saying, you are so this, you are so that. I was like, hello, is it not the same you? And she was like, you mean me? Did I say that? And I was like, imagine if I was not confident in myself. Imagine if I was not bold enough to stand my ground. That's how I would have shrunk just because of what somebody said in passing. That the person a day after or a few days after does not even remember they said. So you literally have to build your sense of self. You get me? Like, it's not a matter of, toluwakemi, won't I be self-absorbed? See, shut up, calm down. This is why, let God help you. It's very, very important. You understand? See, I'm going to stop today's podcast in that sense. And if you have not ordered for my book, I don't know what is going on. It is just a token of 1,000 naira. I don't know why. I don't know what is going on. It's just a token of 1,000 naira. I'm encouraging you to order. The link is in the description box. Please go order for a copy of my book and read it and send me feedback. It's like, come your way next time, which is tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll be talking about something amazing. We're going to be talking about blessing. And the characteristics for tomorrow is compassion. So guys, stay tuned. It's like, come your way next time. The name is the Global Toluwakemi. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.